Beginning our practice in child's pose, knees are mat width apart. Spine, neck, and head are forming one nice long line. Encourage the arms to be an extension of the shoulders, the palms just facing down. Allow the body to be heavy. As you breathe in, encourage the breath to move right into the pit of the belly. It falls away from the spine. And as you exhale, pour the breath out through the mouth or the nose. So just taking a few easy breaths here, settling yourself into your practice and just meeting yourself where you're at. Begin to explore the physical body. Notice where there's tension, where there's space, and we're just observing with the curious mind. See if the breath can move into any areas of tension. And with each exhale, you're just taking that tension up, out, and away. Next inhale, you're breathing into your emotional body. Observe how you're feeling today. Is the energy high or low? And then the final breath here is right into the mind. So as you breathe in, you're just clearing the past, focusing on the present. Give the mind a focal point, whether it's a sensation in the body or tracing the rhythms of the breath. Next inhale, draw the body up to all fours. Bring the knees hip width apart now. Hands are directly under the shoulders. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, just gently press the hips forward. Open the heart. So this is your high cobra. Inhale, you're lifting and rounding the spine, and as you exhale, coming back into that child's pose. So this repeats, breathing in, lifting up, exhale, little press forward, waking up through the core. Inhale, lift, round the spine, exhale, and releasing back. So repeating this one more time, this gentle flow, and if this is what is speaking to you today, you're going to stay with this passive, softer action. If the body's looking for a little more intensity, following along, you breathe in, come up to all fours, exhale, you're coming to high cobra. From here, plant the tops of the feet to the mat. It's upward dog, and then wave over the feet right into your down dog. Inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale, thread the heart through the shoulders, lift the gaze. Breathe in, lift from underneath the body, wave the spine back into your downward facing dog. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling, lifting. Exhale, releasing. Staying here in down dog, preparing for a hip opener. From the hip, right leg is going to lift straight up into the air. Bend the knee, drop the heel to the glute, squaring the shoulders towards the front of your mat. Take a full inhale here, and as you exhale, right leg surrenders to the mat. Next inhale, left leg reaches up. Exhale, bend the knee, drop the heel to the glute, and again, square the shoulders to the front of your mat. Take a full inhale and an exhale. And then this leg is going to sweep through into a lunge position, preparation for warrior one. Back foot turns in on a 45-degree angle. Breathing in, upper body lifts up, and as you exhale, track the arms from the shoulders behind the ears. So we're creating a flow here, a release of energy. Breathe in, lift high, and as you exhale, then lean back, open the arms. Inhale, come forward, bowing the body forward, sweep the back of the hands through. Inhaling, lifting. Exhale, releasing and leaning back. Inhale, rise, and exhale, bow forward. One more time, breathing here. Imagine you're drawing energy up through the body, and as you exhale, you're releasing energy out. A beautiful way to lift the spirit. Breathe deep and release. From here, body comes center, hands release to the inside of your front foot. Pivot to a lunge or right over to the outside edge of your back foot. Heel toe that front foot open, right hand will stay on the mat, and as you breathe in, left arm reaches straight up into the air. Stay here, or next exhale, press from the shoulder and lean back, so a little back bend. Inhale, this is your pulse, breathing in, exhale, and you're releasing. One more time, opening the heart, reaching back, drawing fresh energy in. Top hand comes up, releases to the inside of the front foot. Now the back knee surrenders down, the foot follows, and the forearms gravitate to the earth. Breathing in here, exhale, you're releasing the hip on the left side. Take the time to study yourself. This is called Svadhyaya. We tune in to where the discomfort is. We visualize the breath moving in, and with each exhale, we're taking tension up and out through the body. Yogi's choice, you can stay in this low position or add an element of a twist. So left hand is going to come to the inner thigh. Gently track the flesh away from the hip. Take the gaze to look up beyond the left shoulder. Next exhale, gaze looks down. Both hands are going to come underneath the body now. Frame the foot with the hands. Curl the toe, lift the back knee up. So from a lunge, it's a one-legged down dog. Peel the hip open one final time. And exhale, true down dog. Inhaling, right leg lifts up, so opposite side. Pull the knee through, plant the foot into a lunge position, back foot's on a 45. Breathing in, you're drawing the body up. Lift through Mula Bandha, draw in through Uddiyana Bandha, lengthen the spine. And then from here, we begin that flow again. So the inhale creates a length. Next exhale, you're leaning back, opening the arms here. Inhale through center, exhale, bow forward, sweep the hands through. Breathing in, lifting and rising, exhale, releasing. So continue the movement, allow it to be fluid, allow it to have a sense of grace. It's as though you're erasing the lines and the edges of your traditional poses, and you're getting more into the feeling and the sensation of being water-like. Allow the breath to have a half lead over the body. Next inhale, hands come center, and as you exhale, plant them on the inside of your front foot. Okay, pivot to a lunge or the outside edge of your back foot. Left hand will come center, and as you breathe in, the right arm reaches up. Create space through the shoulder, breathing in, and as you exhale, press from the shoulder back, opening the heart. Inhale, drawing in, exhale, heart opener. Take one more pulse here, breathing in, exhale, releasing. From the heart, we come back into the hip, so top hand comes down. Grace the forearms back to the earth. Uncurl the toe, release that back knee down onto the mat. Breathing in here, exhale, press the hip forward. For most bodies, this is definitely enough of a stretch. If you just want just a tiny bit more, you can take an inhale here, and as you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. This will just lengthen the muscles that parallel the spine right in the low back. So it can be a pulse, lifting the head and lowering, or you can just stay with the chin tucked in towards the chest. Once again, remain here, or if you want an added element, take the right hand, trace it to the inner thigh, gently track the flesh away from the hip, and then gaze is looking up over that right shoulder. Final breath in and out. Hands will come back underneath the body. Frame the foot with the hands. Curl the toe, lift that back knee, sweep yourself back to a one-legged down dog. Open the hip, final time. And then both feet are down on the mat. Gaze looks forward, hopper step the feet up, moving into an Utkatasana pulse. So we bend the knees, sweep the arms, tracking the arms up and overhead, interlace the fingers, and then lower the arms chest height as you sink the hips. Breathing in is a little release. Exhale is a deep sensation. Final pulse. Breathing in, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart at Manjali Mudra. This is a gentle reminder that our practice is led with the heart. Hands to the hips, breathing in. Right knee lifts up. Bring the arms up and overhead. So this is a flowing balancing sequence. As you exhale here, you're pulling the knee through, coming into airplane pose. So the arms sweep alongside the body. Back leg is extending straight out. And it repeats. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, gently drawing the leg back behind you. Arms are parallel to the body. It's 3 pulses if it's available. Hands can stay on the hip to make this a little bit softer. Once you come to Warrior 3 this time, we stay here, shifting into Ardha Chandrasana. So left hand is going to come to the earth, right hand to the hip. Use that hand to encourage the right hip to stack on top of the left. And then lengthen that right arm up into the air, palm faces away from the body. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. So the whole body is contracting. Last element is the gaze can look up towards that top hand. And then from here, take the gaze back down to the floor. Poet's pose is next, so you bend the bottom elbow, bring the palm to the heart. One steady full breath in and out. Surrender the bottom hand back to the floor, match the back foot to the front. It's that sweeping Utkatasana again. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, rise up. Exhale, lower the hips and lower the arms. So remind yourself as you're flowing here that our practice encourages satya, which is truth. Being honest with where we're at, knowing our edges, and knowing when to get off that train ride. Hands come to the heart, full breath in. So this is clearing the palate. Exhale and release. Hands will come back onto the hips. Steady the weight, shift it into your right leg. Spread the toes out here, and then left knee lifts up. Arms radiate up and overhead, so the whole body is hugging midline, arms and inner thigh. Sweep through, warrior 3 position. Breathe in, trace the body up. Exhale, and drawing the body through. So the dristi or the gauge stays very steady. As the body moves, the core stays very steady as well. Into Ardha Chandrasana the next time you come to Warrior 3. Let the right fingertips find the floor. Stack that left hip on top of the right, and then add the upper arm only if you choose to. Spreading fingers, spreading toes, adding the gaze. Poet's pose only if it's available. Bottom elbow will bend, palm to the heart. It's a steady breath, stillness with the body. And then bottom hand will come back to the earth, back foot matches the front. Pulse the final time. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sweep the arms. As you exhale, arms are chest height, hips are lowering. So it's 3 pulses total, one for the body, one for the mind, and one for the soul. Take your body to a standing height. There's a pause here, encouraging the body, the mind, and the soul to connect the dots. Next inhale, opening the arms up, sweeping them overhead, and as you exhale, swan dive forward. Leading the body onto the knees. So when the knees find the mat, stack the body up, making it tall, making it long. This is a core strengthener here. When you breathe in, take the arms straight out in front, make a fist, and as you exhale, bend the elbows and lean back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, pull through, leaning back. So the movement here is meant to keep the body very tall, very rigid. And as you exhale, it's a full body contraction. Huge Ujjayi breath here. We're going for 10 pulses total. Keep the breath very rhythmic, very smooth. As much as you can, encourage the belly to be flat rather than punching forward. And then the last breath or 2 here, add a little deeper lean if you can. Really nice. Inhale, take the body up. Left hand finds the left heel. You're going to lean back. It's a little bit of a twist. Inhale through center, right hand to right heel. Sweep the left arm up and around. So this is a pendulum style of playing with your camel, your Ustrasana pose. If the low back is sensitive, please stay in this position. If it's available, you can take this into a full circle. So it's left hand, left heel, right hand to right heel, sweep the left arm up and come around again. So as you peel the body back, extend the hips forward, be aware of any pinching in the low back. And then from here, you're going to sweep the opposite way. So if you're working in the pendulum, keep flowing. If you're circulating that Ustrasana, you're encouraging the right hand to find the right heel and the left hand to come around now. Right arm comes up, left arm follows. It's one more full circle. And then from here, widen the knees, take the body back, down to the earth, forehead to the earth. You're into your Balasana. Bend the elbows, make a prayer position with the hands, rest the heel of the hands on the back of the head. This is lovely for encouraging the mind to be still. 3 steady breaths. Find your way back into a down dog when you're ready. From the hip, right leg lifts up, and as you exhale, step that through into a lunge position. Back knee comes down, uncurl the toes. So this is your Radha Asana. Left hand comes off the mat onto the floor, heel toe that front foot open, and now right hand is coming back to find the foot behind you. The inhale gathers the heel to the glute, and the exhale presses the hips forward, releasing the spine. Inhale, heel to glute, and exhale, gentle back bend. So this is a deep opening in the front of the body. You might find the first few times that you play with this pose, it feels very rigid, but over time the body will begin to release and will become much more free flowing. Take both hands to the inside of the front foot, sweep the right leg around its back into your Balasana, your child's pose. This is your rest. In the rest, it's easy for the mind to leave the body, stay present, give it a focus, let it attune to the rhythm and the pace of your breath. Body will come up to all fours. The exhale is a down dog. Left leg reaches into the air, steps through into a lunge position. So Radha Asana to the opposite side. Encourage the right hand to come off the floor, spiral it open. Heel toe the front foot open, and now left hand reaches back for the foot. Breathe in, draw the heel towards the glute. Exhale, thread the hip, thread the chest forward, release the head back behind you. Radha is the goddess that breaks social norms, and when we break social norms, it's not an easy thing to do, and this is how this pose gets its symbolism. The front of the thigh, the hip, oftentimes very challenging to open up and breathe deep into. Final breath here, and then bring both hands to the inside of the front foot. Sweep the left leg behind you. Variation is Anahatasana, so the hips stay lifted, and as you exhale, you're lowering the chest and the chin right down to the earth. Breathe in, lifting up, and exhale, you're pulsing and lowering down. So if the stillness feels more therapeutic, feel free to just study and stay in the still point. If the pulse is what keeps you calm, keeps you relaxed, then you're pulsing through this posture. The inhale creates a gentle rise. As you exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Moving into Kopatasana on the right side. So lift that right leg nice and high into the air, hug the knee to the chest, plant the knee between the palms, level the hips and uncurl the toes. Hands will come to the outside edges of your mat. Breathing in, lift and lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, surrendering the chest forward, diving down. Breathe in from the navel, lift and rise. Head lifts up last, and as you exhale, lead from the heart. Breathing in, lifting, rounding the spine. Exhale, cascade the body forward. Take one more pulse, and then exhale here, surrendering the forehead to the earth, giving way to gravity, allowing it to take over. Forehead doesn't reach the earth, you can stack the palms, stack the fists. Breathing deep. So the hips oftentimes will contain emotional tension as well as physical tension. We store many of our emotional memories in the hips. So as you're breathing here, if the mind is challenging to stay present, just understand that that's quite normal when we work through this region in the body. Yogi's choice, you can stay in this low position, or if you want to add an extension to the back leg, softly rise with the torso, right hand comes center, and you're bringing that back foot to the crease of the elbow, top hand comes up, possibly binding with the back hand. So if you're working with the balancing pose here, you have to lift the pelvic floor up, imprint the toes of the front leg into the mat, and really absorb the contents of the belly into the spine. Take your time, gently release. That front knee has been compressed for quite some time, so slowly extend back into a one-legged down dog. Give that knee some freedom, and then gently guide yourself to the opposite side. Left leg lifts up, thread the knee between the hands. Take the time to settle the hips, uncurl the toes of the back foot, and extend the chest up. Again, we create that waterfall with the upper body, softly pulsing it down, inhaling, lifting through the spine, and exhaling, surrendering the chest down again. So this pulse takes the rigidity out of the spine, it assimilates the element of water, and it gives us the space and the freedom to feel the body as rhythmic, the breath as rhythmic. Gently slip the torso down towards the floor, stack the palms, stack the fists, or forehead might come all the way down to the earth. Take the mind right into the area where you feel tension, and then shift the mind to the areas where you feel space. So oftentimes those little voices of tension override the other spaces in the body that feel quite delightful, quite natural and free. So our practice is a celebration of all that we can do. It's a celebration of santosha and being very content with where the body's at. Once again, body can stay low, or if you choose, rise up, bending on the back knee. Left hand will come center and the right hand is going to reach for the back foot, gather it to the crease of the elbow. So if you're playing with the balance, imprint the toes of the front foot into the mat, lift that Mula Bandha, and then slowly lift the front arm up. Potentially, the hands may bind back behind you, and if this is you, see if you can lift the chest a little bit higher, and then exhale, radiate the arms back down to the earth. Front knee has been compressed, so slowly ease up, lengthen into a one-legged down dog, and then both feet come onto the mat. It's true Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. You're sealing your low work here, breathing deep. Gaze looks forward, hopper step the feet up, and then slowly uncurl the body and come all the way down onto your back. Few final postures before Shavasana. Take the time to settle the body onto the mat, relax the core entirely. Gently folding the right knee and the left, let the soles of the feet unite. Hands will just stay grounded onto the floor. Lift the hips, reposition the glutes underneath, and then breathe in, fold the knees towards each other, let them touch. Exhale, gently guiding the knees out. So this is a final release, a final flow. You're breathing and gathering the knees together, and exhale, softly opening them up. What this is doing is releasing the deep inner thigh, the hip. Imagine the wings of a butterfly just softly folding together, and as you exhale, they're opening back up. From here, gather the knees in towards the chest, give them a bit of a squeeze. Circulate the knees if that feels appropriate, or just stay very still. Hands come back to the mat, the legs will extend straight out from the body now. Encourage the toes to flop out a little bit to the sides, legs will be hip-width apart. Inhale, upper body, now you're floating the straight arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, back of the hands to the floor behind you. Breathe in, straight arms float back up. And as you exhale, lower the straight arms to the floor alongside the body. So let the movement be from the shoulders as you breathe in and float the arms up. The forearms are weightless, the fingertips are weightless. Exhale and experience the body back behind you. Inhale, softly rising. It's as though the arms are immune to gravity. And exhale back to that original position. Take one more full movement all the way through. Let your breath lead the body. As the hands come back down alongside the body, softly turn the palms up. You're moving into Shavasana. Make sure that the position you choose gives you space. gives you comfort and the ability to relax. Remain here for as long as you choose. Namaste.